Hello, this is Big Country Lawyer. Thank you for watching this video. This is a video of a ride I did up and down Steamboat Mountain in Tuscola, Texas on October 17th, 2020. I've only ridden up Steamboat Mountain one other time before, so this was a little exploration because the last time I did it, I went up the south side of the mountain and then went back down the south side of the mountain. This time I went back down on the north side of the mountain. It was very beautiful, and the south side was pretty challenging at one point. It gets very steep, and so you'll get to see all that. This is a little hill. I wanted to start at, there's a hill before you head up, a decline before you reach the summit. Is that the bottom? I don't know what you call the bottom of a mountain, but whatever that is, that's where we're headed. And so I've got this camera on that gives you, you can do a 360 view with it. It's got two cameras on it, and they're both super wide angle, so I can do stuff like this, weird camera angles. And this is my first video, so I really just wanted to demonstrate and practice a little bit with some editing and voiceover. I'm hoping that over the course of, I don't know, the next little while I can practice and get some cool edits done. Maybe some music videos or something. I was thinking of possible songs. This video is about 15 minutes long, so it would have to be maybe 4 or 5 songs. So at that intersection, I wasn't sure whether I was going to be able to make it past that car or not, so I basically slowed down to a stop. And then he turns out to be turning right too, so I probably could have made it, but I lost all the speed that I gained going down that hill, which is sort of frustrating to me. And I was anxious to get my speed back, so I sort of stepped on the gas, so to speak. As you can see, I'm gaining speed here, and it gets a little bit tiring, and so I slowed down a little bit. And this is sort of, we're making our way up the south side. Off the south side. That's my fiance Lindsay. She sang a song. I don't know if you could hear it. But anyway, so Steamboat Mountain is a popular place to ride for people who do road bikes here in Abilene. And so you're distracting me.
She smells so bad.
Why are you okay? Go away with her.
No, what's going on?
She's telling me that the dog smells bad. She probably got sprayed by a skunk. I smell it. Do you smell it? I smell it.
She smells like
She
rolled in
she smells skunky. Anyways, so we're going up the I'm going up this mountain, and coming up here in a little bit, my future father-in-law has a drone, and so he got drone footage. It's a little bit difficult to fly a drone up here because there's power lines, and it was super windy out there. I mean, really windy. Thankfully, the wind was at my back. That was a calculated move on my part. I wanted the wind at my back because it's a little bit difficult, and so yeah, you'll see a drone shot coming up here in a second. Here it is. So that's sort of the landscape. You get a feel for where we are. It's very flat, but there's some and I call it Steamboat Mountain, but I feel like a mountain should be a little bit bigger than this. I forget how high the climb was. I guess I can look it up on my app. I don't know. It's like a few hundred feet, maybe several hundred. I don't know. Look it up, Steamboat Mountain in Abilene. Figure it out for yourself. There's him, and there's the drone in the air, and that's all the drone footage that we have for you today. And so there's an incline. I don't know what the incline is here, but a lot of houses. The road is sort of gravelly, but not too rough to where it jostles you a bunch. I really like riding up this mountain because it's a challenge, because it starts off at a gradual incline, and then once you get towards the top, it is quite steep. And for me, I've really got to give it everything I've got to get that final push over the over the top of the mountain. What is the bottom of the mountain? Base camp? I feel like the summit might be the top. I'm not used to, I'm not a mountaineer. Um, you can see in my shadow the camera. It's like this little thing about the size of a like an iPod Mini, if you remember what those look like. It's about that size, but it's a cylinder, and it's mounted on top of my helmet here. Um, and it's got two cameras, so I can get 360. It's pretty cool. I'm figuring all that out with the editing and all that. Um, but this is about where it got. A lot of people like to walk. I'm told I have a friend who lives in this area, and he says that a lot of people like to walk here. Couples will park their cars and walk Steamboat Mountain. To me, it seems a little bit dangerous. I don't know. Maybe no more dangerous, probably less dangerous than riding a bicycle, but still, I don't know. As a pedestrian, it's it's a not a super wide road, and there's some curves and some trees, and I certainly wouldn't do it at night. Um, I think it was around 2 p.m. When this was filmed, and it was about 80 degrees outside, clear and a beautiful day. Um, Coming up here in a little bit, there's a couple that that I that walked by me, and I said howdy, and I think they said hello or something like that, and they probably thought, what is the hell is this guy doing? What is he trying to kill himself? Um, the truth is, I just like to exercise, and I like the challenge. It's very important to me to be challenged. Here's this couple. They seem like nice people, and I used a little editing there to. I promise I didn't turn my head around like the girl in The Exorcist. That's just the camera can turn 360, and it is really hard right here. I am. I'm probably standing up at this point. I'm not sure. But no, there we go. Now I'm standing up, and it is like steep, steep, steep. It's basically, it's like going up a set of stairs or something on the bike. Every press, every step, I forget what you call that pedal. Every pedal is like using all my body weight to push, and then as soon as you're done pushing, you come to a stop. So you have to keep pushing, otherwise you'll fall over. And the road has some cracks in it and some, I don't know, some like bumps, and so it's very difficult. I think I sat back down here to try to regain my endurance, and then I can sort of see the top from here, and I'm like, okay. What I did to try to push myself is I'll be like, okay, it'll probably get me to, I can probably get up in 20 seconds, so I would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and get to 20, and then if I didn't get to, and if I got to 20, if it's, and I still wasn't at the top, I would start over, okay, 10 more seconds, 10, 9, 8, just counting it down, and if I can make it to the end of this 20 seconds, or if I can make it to the end of this 10 seconds, then I'll be good. So I'm at the top now, and I'm totally gassed, and I don't know, actually, maybe I'm not gassed, maybe I could have pushed myself some, but I had no will to at this point. um, I just wanted to enjoy not having to push like hell. I think I pick it up a little bit here. The rest of the video is downhill. We might see some Trump signs. It's October 17th, 2020. It's an election year, and we are within 1 month of uh, election day, and therefore there's a lot of political signs out. Not a ton of Biden signs out here in West Texas. Um, so I don't know if we actually do see any of those though. But Steamboat Mountain is there's some houses on here. It'd be a pretty nice place to have a house because there's beautiful views. But there's also, rattlesnakes, and you got to be careful about, fire. What do they call that? Wildfire. If there's some dry trees and one of them gets struck by lightning, it can be a problem. So that's something that to factor into your uh, decision of whether or not you decide to uh, buy real estate on Steamboat Mountain. If I were you, I would say pull the trigger on it. Go ahead and buy the damn thing. So, and there's that Trump sign. Okay, so I wasn't lying to you. And there's another one. I don't know if that's the same person that owns both of those uh, properties. Um, we're coming up on, that's a Texas flag. Um, See, I told you I wasn't lying. There's an American flag with the thin blue line, sort of the Blue Lives Matter America flag. Yeah, a lot of power lines, so it's difficult to operate a drone, but I am going to figure it out, and we're going to have some really good quality videos. I was thinking, um, maybe that "Boom, Here Comes the Boom" by POD, if you remember that song. It's sort of a tongue-in-cheek. Um, I would use that in a tongue-in-cheek way, sort of like, I don't consider myself like the badass snowboarder slipping down hills or something. I'm not an extreme athlete, and I don't think that this video would be um, the type of video where that song would fit. But like I said, tongue in cheek, it's a little bit funny for for the for the for the music lovers out there. At this point in the ride, it's just pure pleasure. It's downhill. It's not. I know it seems like it might be level, but it's actually downhill, and it's about to get even more downhill. From like this point on, I pretty much had to ride the brakes the entire time because you're going 30 miles an hour with the brakes on, and uh, I'd never ridden down this hill before. This is my first time ever, so I didn't feel like I didn't feel safe going much faster than that. But it's beautiful. I mean, you go, it gets steeper, and you look at that off in the sunset, off in the not sunset, off in the to the east there, beautiful flat. That's one thing I love about West Texas is you can see forever if you get good height, and then also the sunsets out here are very beautiful. But yeah, like right here, I mean, it's that's nature for you, and you go out here on your road bike, get some wind in your hair, and soak it all in, and it's great exercise too. Good cardio. Make sure you wear a helmet and all the proper safety equipment. Um, so at this point, I'm at a certain point, I remember thinking, oh man, I might be going too fast, and like, are my brakes gonna go out? And if they do, what will I do? Like, will I try to serpentine to lose speed, or do I just, I don't know, find it, like, wait for a tree that looks soft and just ride into it? Um, I don't know. Because when you're going downhill like that, there aren't really any, and you lose your brakes, there aren't a ton of good options. There's some Halloween decorations. Maybe in my next video, I'll pay closer attention to the things that I ride by, and I'll be sure to use the 360 camera to allow the audience to observe it in more detail, the things that I'm passing. Um, and so we're about 13 minutes into the ride here, a couple minutes left. Um, my future father-in-law, I think, he's about to catch up to me in his pickup truck, and he's at this point he's landed the drone, and he's sort of holding it in his hand and following me. The footage was not usable, but I did include some of it at the end because I sort of almost fell getting off of my bike, and I thought that the viewers might, the YouTubers might like to hear that, or see that rather, hear it with their eyes and sense it and really appreciate it in every possible way. Um, uh, and I'm pedaling at this point because it's flattened out some, but there's another downhill coming up. Um, but I think also I was considering my audience here. Perhaps you don't want to watch me take this mountain trek in a leisurely fashion. You probably want to see someone push it to the limit. And so, even though I might have even preferred to coast at this point, and you're welcome to when you ride this on your own. But you probably don't want to watch a video where a guy's just leisurely riding his bicycle through not the most beautiful landscape. Still, I've considered it beautiful, but you sort of have to be there to appreciate it. But that's why I pedaled there. And now we're coming up on a stop sign. We're at the bottom of County Road 650, where that intersects with, I think, 273. I forget what it's called. 650 is what runs over Steamboat Mountain. All right, here's where I almost fall. And isn't that funny? All smiles here. Lots of fun. Please like and subscribe, and I'll make more videos. Thanks for watching.